Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am going to be doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. This is part of my 30-day posting challenge. So since mid-July, I've been challenging myself to do a video here on the channel every single day until mid-August. So I am so excited to be back on with all of you. I hope you've been enjoying these mini readings on a daily basis as much as I've been enjoying doing them. And I'm going to get started by shuffling the traditional tarot cards. Do let me know in the comments how you've been feeling lately, how the weather's been where you are. I know the sun is shining where I am. Summer is one of my favorite seasons, although I really do love the season of autumn as well, especially if you live somewhere where the leaves change. It's just such a vibrant, beautiful time of the year. So I would love to know your favorite season as well in the comments section. But okay, here we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed and the Two of Wands in the upright position. By the way, I am definitely leaving this video very open-ended today. Like I said, I don't know what's going to come through. I'm just going to channel whatever I'm picking up in the collective auric field. It could be for you or someone else, so always use your intuition on that. But I feel like someone is feeling frazzled or lacking direction here, feeling unfocused. This may be you or someone else, maybe caught between two different pathways or decisions, unsure which decision to make, and really feeling all of this in the solar plexus. Yeah, there's just a very distracted, unfocused kind of energy here. Someone could be in Aries, or Aries season could be significant here. We have the King of Swords and the Empress. Wow. And the Three of Cups. Okay, I'm getting the message here. So I'm picking up a specific situation for a specific group who will find this video. And the message is that a masculine energy who has been sitting on the fence of your life, you being the divine feminine Empress here, you being the one focusing on yourself, focusing on your freedom, focusing on your self-care. I'm hearing you disappeared, and it was a wake-up call for this masculine. I don't know how you disappeared, if you disappeared from their life, from their timeline, if you maybe went quiet on social media or just let go of communication with them. But I feel that your disappearance, you vanishing from their timeline or their reality in some way, was a massive wake-up call for this person. I feel that their energy was very scattered when the two of you first met or connected. It felt unfocused, and this may have been why you chose to vanish from their timeline, because you may have noticed or sensed intuitively, because you're very connected to your intuition. I got the name crystal, or of course this could mean working with crystals, and I'm seeing the number 444 here as well. I'm also going to be using my love word scramble. I got the name George, Europe, German, police. Someone could be in security or law enforcement here. The country of Japan, goose, married, pilot, journey, Atlantic. Okay, so by the way, if you're new, I use the love word scramble to channel specific words that tend to connect with people in specific ways. Take whatever seems to relate to you. But I'm getting a masculine who got a massive wake-up call because you vanished from their reality. And they were sitting on the fence for a while, but I'm getting that while they were sitting on the fence of your life, meaning not fully committing to or throwing themselves into connecting with you, but also refusing to let you go. That's what I'm getting this person was doing. They were refusing to let you go, but they were also refusing to fully commit to throwing themselves into this connection. And I feel that You pulled back your energy, and I'm hearing you really meant it. Like they may have thought that you would come back around, or they gave it some time thinking, oh, I haven't heard from Divine Feminine in a while, but I'm sure she'll be back. But you actually vanished from their timeline, and they could tell that you meant it, that you were fully refocused on yourself. I'm getting Taurus and Gemini energy here. And this was a wake-up call for them to step into this King of Swords energy, for them to have some kind of sudden clarity about you and to finally be fully honest to themselves is what I'm getting here. Yeah, the Queen of Swords. They were surprised to be met by your Queen of Swords energy because they thought that they could somehow kind of control this situation, or like keep their feelings under control and also keep a control over this situation by not needing to fully commit or be fully open or vulnerable with you, but also not needing to let you go. But I feel that as they did this, they ultimately got cut out of your life in some way. There's Virgo and Libra energy here as well. And there's also something about the month of September that keeps emerging in the reading that could be significant to your connection. Also the season of fall, because we did talk about that at the beginning of that reading. This could be a sign for someone. But I'm getting that, yeah, they were trying to control their feelings, to control the situation by not needing to fully commit or be completely open-hearted with you, not needing to put themselves out there in that way, but also not letting you go. And they knew that there was a very strong connection with you. They knew that you felt the magnetism towards them just like they felt it towards you. And because of that, they assumed you wouldn't cut them out of your life, or you wouldn't vanish from their timeline, so to speak, or their reality. But you did, because even though you did feel this very strong pull towards them, you also are no longer available for half-hearted connections. And that's what this person underestimated. But now what I'm getting is with the Three of Cups, they are really desperate to reconnect with you. I'm hearing this is someone who really wants to be around you again. They're craving and missing your energy. They seem to want to reconnect with you in some kind of social space. So this could be, I'm hearing going to the movies, going to dinner, coffee, some kind of event or concert or something of that nature. They want to do something light and playful kind of with you that's social as well, with the Six of Cups and something in person here. But what I'm getting is that beneath this desire to reconnect in a way that might just look kind of happy, light, fun, celebratory, beneath all of that is this deep heart chakra energy that you've been sensing from the beginning, but that this person never was fully open with you about in the past. The thing I'm getting about this person coming through, I keep getting the letter L, that may be in someone's name here. The thing is, this is someone who in the past never told you how they really felt about you. They never really fully opened their heart to you. And that is why there's unfinished business here. What I'm getting is you actually closed this loop on your end, because I feel that you in some way, maybe in your own way, maybe not clearly in verbatim words, but I feel in your own way, you told this person how you really felt about them, or you showed them, or you dropped them a sign. I feel some way you let this person know that they truly mattered to you, that there was something deeper here going on for you. But they never did that on their end. And that's why their soul has been restless. That's why their soul hasn't let them let this go, regardless of how long the silence has gone on, is what I'm picking up on here. I'm seeing a phone, so this person may try to call or text you or reach out via social media. I'm getting air and water sign energy here. Yeah, this is someone who wants to move forward or progress forward in a new way with you with the Ace of Wands. They're also feeling a very strong, visceral attraction to you that doesn't go away. I got the name Charles for someone here. Also the words Ohio, mice, vegetable, farm, the last name Smith, sky, party. Maybe they'll invite you out to some kind of party or something like that. the word moon. Okay, so something could have happened with this person in the recent Leo new moon that also could be relevant for someone. I'm also getting the word opposite. So the two of you may be opposites, but I'm hearing opposites attract, like physically. Something about you, your backgrounds, your culture, something in your life may be very opposite, but there's also very strong magnetism between you. That's what I'm getting here. For some reason, I'm seeing spotlights, like flashing lights at like some kind of event or concert. But it also could be that when this person first saw you or encountered you, they felt like you were literally illuminated in their third eye, like in their intuition. You looked like you had this spotlight on you, like you were lit up. And it's because I'm hearing their soul pointed you out to them. Like their soul said, there he or she is. There that person is that I've been waiting for. That's what I'm getting. And they've never experienced that with anyone else. And there's something about how they keep replaying the way they first noticed you or the way that the two of you met. So if you are on the receiving end of this or the other end of this as the divine feminine here, you may have noticed that you've randomly started reflecting on how you met this person or like replaying those scenarios of first meeting them or talking to them in your mind. If this has been happening randomly, this actually can be a sign that you are intuitively picking up on thoughts that this person is having about you in a very specific manner, meaning they've been reflecting on how the two of you met, how it looked like you had almost like a glow or a halo around you. I'm hearing the halo effect. Like you had this glow around you and they couldn't stop looking at you. And they keep reflecting on how everything else feels hollow and superficial by comparison. There may be people around them that encourage them to explore other connections. And so they tried, but everything else just feels hollow in comparison to you. I'm also hearing that, oh my gosh, this is going to get so specific, but okay, let's just go there because the guides really want to take this into an even more quantum place. I have to take a quick sip of my coffee here. I have an iced brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso, if you were wondering. I would love to know what you're eating or drinking in the comments under the video. But okay, so let me explain this the best way I can. I perceived in my mind's eye, there were like these two bubbles, right? And these represent two different timelines, colliding timelines is what my guides are saying. Meaning, and we could go so deep into like, a timeline. I know we've talked about this, but we are all living in the same physical world, but we are not living on the same timeline. We're not therefore having the same experiences because everything we experience that we call reality is actually based on perception. And what we're able to perceive is based on our energy, our level of frequency, our vibration. So higher levels of frequency that we sustain within ourselves, within our being, give us access to higher timelines that come with higher caliber connections, experiences, and quote unquote realities that are literally impossible to experience at a lower level of frequency that corresponds to a lower timeline. Do you hear what I'm saying? So if someone is consistently aligned with a lower timeline, they are unlikely to connect with someone who consistently aligns with a higher timeline. It's almost like they'll be sort of invisible or imperceptible or just like insignificant to each other. They won't really connect. The complication comes when we experience cross-timeline soul connections. Because a soul connection is someone who shares a similar core soul frequency to our own, which of course, at our core, we are all vibrating with love and light and unconditional love and beautiful energy, but that gets masked by programming, limiting belief systems, rigid thought patterns, programs, etc., that we call the matrix. And so our vibration can be artificially lowered even for a lifetime because we buy into these limiting programs that mask our core soul frequency and even disconnect us from aligning with people similar to our core soul frequency, aka our soul family, our soulmates, our soul tribe. So when you start living more authentically, meaning you start peeling back all of those layers of programming, you exit the matrix, so to speak, as I feel you have done, Divine Feminine. what happens is you start consistently radiating this beacon of super high charged, magnetic, authentic energy, and your soul tribe across all timelines and dimensions begins to respond to that super magnetic, authentic frequency. The thing is, many of the members of your soul tribe, your soulmates, like could be, of course, romantic or platonic, your soul family, many of them are living with a mask on, at least a lot of the time. But what happens is, and this is where it gets so quantum, I don't think I've ever heard this talked about. Let me know if this is new for you, because this is new for me as it's channeling through. But when you are someone who's radiating a super open, consistent, authentic energy, you have to think of it like you're pulsing out this magnetic energy, right? All the time. So you are increasing the odds that you are going to kind of collide or connect with someone who's part of your soul family who may be in and out of that frequency. So what I mean is, when you are radiating that super consistently, sometimes you are going to attract members of your soul family that are only connecting with that authentic place within themselves very inconsistently. So this is how, when you are someone who is really free of the matrix, spiritually awakened, living authentically nearly all the time, you can experience frequently cross-timeline soul connections that are very confusing, where like what my guides were showing me in those bubbles is like each bubble is a timeline. You're in one, they're in another, and there's like this collision point. But really, from another perspective, that collision is, well, you're always in this higher timeline, and the other person just briefly was open enough that they connected with the more authentic version of themselves and collided with you and connected with you, almost like in this corridor of reality between timelines, where the two of you were able to meet and connect, have interactions, have conversations, even though typically this person is wearing so much of a mask that's hiding most of their authentic frequency, that they would never be able to access someone like you, someone who's up on this higher timeline. Do you hear what I'm saying? And so what I feel is you were kind of meeting in those in-between places, those corridors of reality, let's call it, those places where your timelines were colliding because they were temporarily in a more authentic space, but they couldn't consistently hold that frequency. And what I'm getting about this person as well is no one around them really seems to be holding that frequency. They seem to be surrounded by people, whether it's coworkers, friends, family members, who are all part of that old timeline, that timeline that is so opposite of yours. Maybe that's why you seem so opposite physically, because you just come from very different timelines. I'm hearing living a lie. They may even feel to that extent, they may feel like they are living a lie of some kind because they're surrounded by people and circumstances that are so opposite to who they really are at the core. But you connected with them in that core place. Now, the complication is I feel this is someone who kept putting back on the mask or kind of kept reconnecting with those people around them, those friends, whoever, who kind of talked them out of the authentic version of themselves that you saw and connected to within them. That somehow talked them back into this old frequency, or were doing that consistently. And so I feel that what happened is you had to make a choice because you knew that you could drop into this person's reality, into their lower timeline, and stay more connected with them. And by the way, I feel this happens for you a lot when you connect with soul connections across timelines. I may do an Instagram post on this, by the way, because this topic is so fascinating to me that's coming through. So if you want to hear more about this, my Instagram is @magnetizeyourself. But I'm getting that this happens to a lot where you connect with a soul connection across timelines, and then they drop into that lower frequency again, and you are presented with that choice. Am I going to drop into that frequency with them, or stay in my power, stay in my own energy, stay in my authenticity, but potentially risk needing to disconnect from this person physically, at least for a time? And I feel you made just that choice. You chose yourself, you chose your own energy, you chose this higher timeline you aligned with, and you chose to let this connection be whatever it's going to be. But ultimately, when this person felt that you disappeared from their timeline again, it was a massive wake-up call. And now I feel them in that wake-up call kind of state where they're like, oh no, I need to do something about this, because this is the only person who has ever touched me at my core, who has ever seen me for who I really am beneath the mask that I put on so consistently. So that's what I'm getting from this person and situation. If you do want to manifest contact from them or someone else in your past or in your life, then I recommend trying out my Break No Contact Subliminal from the Sound and Soulful Subliminals app. This app is available in the Google Play Store and Apple App Store. I personally use my own subliminals every single day to clear, shift, and align my own energy and to manifest in my life. And I've seen more results from them than any other manifestation tool I've ever used. So I highly recommend trying out subliminals for yourself. Specifically, this Break No Contact one that I've created seems to have been super powerful. I get comments so frequently on this channel from so many of you who are using this, who have had people from your past reach out to you. I saw a comment the other day from someone who hadn't heard from their person in 10 years. And after meditating with this subliminal consistently, they said that they actually ended up having several meaningful conversations with this person that they'd been desiring more contact with. So I've heard everything from that to someone hearing from a person who had had them blocked for 2 years that they'd been wanting to hear from, to someone literally having their person drive by their house and wave at them while they were meditating outside to this subliminal. So I've heard some of the most wild, beautiful stories from people who used this subliminal to manifest contact from desired individuals in their life. So if you do want to try it out for yourself, you can create a free trial account on my app, and the link to do that is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. But I just want to see if there's anything else I can channel from this person. They're in their heart now. Yeah, with the heart chakra card, their heart is very open to you. I'm hearing, I tried to let you go, but it didn't work. Yeah, with man holding a heart upright, this person, this masculine energy seems to want to give you their heart or to be more emotionally open. This is what their soul has been urgently pushing them to do, because again, I feel that you gave this person that heart openness. Yeah, I've been trying to forget about you, but I can't. You gave this person that heart openness. You, in some way, in your own way, communicated how you felt truly, and they never did that. So their soul has been pushing them to do that. And I really feel that being something that's going to be manifesting through here. I get triggered by the thought of you. I feel like sometimes thinking about you can even make this person emotional because of the emotional connectedness that they feel towards you, that they've tried to deny towards other people, even at times tried to deny towards themselves, like even deny internally, but they can't. With I know you're the one for me, yeah, beneath all of the denial or the attempts to forget is this quiet, still, constant truth, which is that they know that you are their person. But we also have, I don't know what to say to you. So this is someone who may be hesitating because they don't want to misstep with their communication. We also have, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I also feel that I'm getting the word inspiring, like something about meeting you or connecting with you deeply inspires this person. I'm hearing they don't know exactly what to do with this connection, but they truly feel like they need it in their life. So I'm going to go ahead and close the reading here. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself if you want more real-time downloads. I've been posting a lot of real-time downloads that come through in my text posts there recently. You can listen to my channeled music under my artist name, Songs by Infinity, and that is streaming across pretty much all music streaming platforms, but the best place to follow my music is Spotify, because that's where you will be the first to know when I release new songs. And I am working on a brand new song that actually connects with this thread of energy from this reading. So stay tuned for that. And the link to my latest channeled song is in the description box of this video. Of course, I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't yet. Join our beautiful community here on YouTube if this message connected for you. And if you do want to try out my Break No Contact Subliminal to manifest contact from this person or someone else in your life, the link to try it free is in the pinned comment and description box under this video. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and close things here. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I love you all so much, and I will connect with you here again in the next video.